days after the U.S. and Israel decided diplomacy was overrated and missiles were more persuasive, the Middle East has officially entered its "what could possibly go wrong" era. What started as targeted strikes has ballooned into a region-wide firestorm, dragging in neighbors, rattling global markets, and leaving thousands of travelers stuck in airports, wondering how their beach holiday turned into a live geopolitical thriller. By Monday, Iran's retaliation shattered the illusion that Gulf cities were untouchable bubbles of glass towers and five-star brunches. At least 17 people were killed across the region and in Israel, including 3 U.S. service members. 3 U.S. military aircraft crashed in Kuwait in what was described as an apparent friendly fire incident, which is a painfully polite way of saying things are getting chaotic. All 6 crew members survived, but the symbolism wasn't subtle. Even the skies aren't safe. U.S. President Donald Trump suggested the conflict could last 4 weeks or so, because nothing says strategic clarity like an estimate that sounds like a gym membership trial period. Meanwhile, Israel opened another front, striking Lebanon after Hezbollah fired projectiles toward Haifa in revenge. The result? At least 31 killed in Lebanon, and a ceasefire from November 2024 now looking like a historical footnote. Israeli officials say all operations remain on the table, which in conflict speak usually means the table is very full. Inside Iran, the scale of destruction is staggering. Joint U.S.-Israeli strikes have reportedly killed more than 500 people. Among the dead, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. A seismic moment that has left the country in a state of shock, uncertainty, and uneasy relief. For a nation already grappling with economic collapse and mass protests, the leadership vacuum adds another layer of instability. Under Iran's constitution, power temporarily shifts to a 3-person council led by President Masoud Pezeshkian, Judiciary Chief Gholam Hossein Mohseni-Ejei, and Senior Cleric Alireza Arafi. In other words, the region now watches to see whether this becomes a turning point, or just another chapter in a long, volatile saga. Across the Gulf, cities like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Doha, normally symbols of polished stability, heard explosions overhead. Missiles were intercepted. Drones struck buildings in Bahrain. A luxury hotel in Dubai caught fire. In Israel, missiles killed civilians, including 9 people when one struck a bomb shelter in Beit Shemesh. Safety, it turns out, has become relative. And then there's the global economy, because no major conflict would be complete without oil prices spiking dramatically. Brent crude surged nearly 9%. Natural gas jumped over 20%, and markets reacted exactly as they always do, nervously and expensively. The Strait of Hormuz, that narrow waterway responsible for 1/5 of the world's oil trade, hasn't officially closed, but ships are avoiding it like it's cursed. Oil tankers have already been attacked. Refineries are being targeted. Energy markets are bracing. Meanwhile, thousands of travelers are stranded as airspace shuts down. Major hubs like Dubai and Doha, normally the world's connecting arteries, are clogged with cancellations. Airlines have suspended flights. Holiday selfies have been replaced with departure board despair. And here's the uncomfortable truth beneath the sarcasm. This isn't a video game. It's not a headline contest. It's not a stock market opportunity. Every strategic strike has a human cost. Every missile, intercepted or not, raises the risk of miscalculation, friendly fire incidents, expanding fronts, leadership assassinations. These are not signs of control, they are signs of escalation. History has shown repeatedly that wars in this region rarely stay contained. They spill, they entangle, they harden divisions, and they leave civilians, on every side, paying the price. This must stop because escalation has momentum, and momentum in war is deadly. Because global markets can recover, but lost lives cannot. Because deterrence through destruction has a terrible track record. And because the longer this continues, the narrower the path back to diplomacy becomes. At some point, the world has to decide whether proving a point is worth burning down half a region to make it. Right now, it doesn't look like it is,